This time we queued up and immediately got paired. Pretty saucy opener as well. Please play a Goblin Guide and attack me. That is my ideal universe. Not really interested in pathing your Arbor Elf. At least not yet. Actually, changed my mind, I do. Only bad things can happen. This is like mana parity, but if they have a Utopia Sprawl and go nuts, then I'm way better off having killed it. And with combo already in hand, I just want to make sure I do my busted thing before they do their busted thing. This is an Elvish Archdruid. I'm going to feel a little silly about that path. Ah, haha, I feel smart. That was definitely a somewhat risky play to path an elf, but my reasoning was sound and it ended up being the correct thing in hindsight. So that's good. Although even if my opponent played an Archdruid, I still would have been like, yeah, calculated risk, didn't pay off, but doesn't change the fact that it feels good in your mind brain when your deduction skills pay off. Still not looking super hot this game. If only for the fact that we are playing Ellis Norn main instead of Iona. But thankfully, we get to decide whether to gifts or just Thopter up after the opponent does stuff. Snare doesn't really hit much in this deck. Fertile Ground is like sometimes played as, you know, a couple copies. It's not usually just an auto include, auto 4 of or whatever. They usually try and skip from 1 to 3. Voyaging Satyr, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. These decks usually play Voyaging Satyr. It's a good snare target. I was going to say, I wonder if they're playing the green. So this is probably Tooth? Or running the red. I mean, obviously they're running the green. Basic Forest, Arbor Elf into Overgrowth. I wonder if they have green in their deck. Now, the red usually means it's Tooth. Or it might just be Wolf Run, but I'm going to guess Tooth. Especially from the fact that my opponent is about to cast Tooth. Wow, straight up no Entwine. That's scary, but nothing I can do about it. Could have Entwined off the Arbor Elf. My only hope right now is that this was a misclick. Or a mistake, rather. They got a little overeager. The fact that they're thinking, Emrakul? Really? Emrakul E-Witness. So I should be dead. I should straight up be dead, but I'm not quite dead yet. So now I can gifts for... What can I gifts for? Wrath, D-Sphere, O-Ring, Wrath, or D-Sphere, O-Ring, D-Sphere, O-Ring, Wrath, Muddle. My opponent's just gonna cast Tooth next turn. Well, I'm casting gifts right now, so let's take a look at our deck. Burial Rites, Elishnorn, not enough against Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, it turns out. Not that Iona would be anyway. Path doesn't do anything. Cryptic doesn't really do anything. I pretty much have to Wrath this turn, I think. Because otherwise Tooth just gets kicked next turn. If I don't kill this elf in addition to the Emrakul. So I can get Wrath, D-Sphere, Path? So if they give me D-Sphere or O-Ring, Path, I can take these two out, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All they would need is a land drop to kick Tooth. I'm probably better off getting Muddle, and they're not going to give me... If they give me Muddle Sphere, then I can draw land. And if they give me Muddle Wrath, then I just Wrath and hope that that's good enough. Alright. So... let's see. Verdict. Wrath. Muddle. And then... oh. And then O-Ring. Because D-Sphere is better in my deck. Theoretically. I'm really afraid of misclicking. There we go. Muddle, O-Ring, Verdict, Wrath. Yep. I'm also going to face check attack with this Thopter just to send him a message of aggression. A little robot bird with a fiery sword. Can you call a robot Meek? I suppose. Meekness to me is a very, like, biological term for, you know, smallness and weakness. Okay, I don't think of a tablet as a meek laptop, a meek computer. I don't think of a pencil sharpener as a meek construction robot. Send a message. Be awesome if I somehow got punished for this. They just gave me both Wraths straight up. I guess if they kick this Tooth, it's just game because the Emrakul's going back anyway. Whereas if they gave me the Exile enchantment, then that's not necessarily true. Fair enough. Not that I think that my opponent has regeneration, but it's more likely than counter magic. That's all I can say about that. So they're 2 mana away from kicking the Tooth. I have Snare for like a Satyr or a Fertile Ground. But we'll have to Wrath if it's like an Elf, which is embarrassing. But yeah, the Tooth combo du jour is Emrakul plus Xenagos, the god, which makes it a 30 power hasted trampler. He's casting Tooth again? It's kind of sick. So their hand must be another Tooth? Like this is search and then their hand is just another Tooth? Or maybe you just search and get like Witness X? Witness Elf? Because you're free rolling? Assuming I don't draw my Cryptic. Oh, that's not revealed. Okay, so they are just trying to Raw Dog Tooth. They didn't even hit their land drop, so it's not even... Yeah, okay. Something. You're barely anything. What am I going to do? Represent cryptic. Don't think it's going to get me anywhere. Not that this matters either, so I might as well have held it up. Make more tokens. So it just gets haste, not trample. So I could actually survive this in Wrath, I think. Now I feel extra silly for playing this, because it's 1 permanent instead of 2. Because sacrifice... Yeah, this is kind of sick. Six permanents. Well, the Thopters that aren't chumping. The sword. And a foundry. I wish instead of this foundry I had 2 tokens to sacrifice. What a shame. Pretty big mistake on my part, but we move past it. This is really an unfair fight. I'm not worried about this thing too much because I have infinite chump blockers that also gain life. Just worried about Tooth coming back, I guess. Overgrowth is not a concern. Whatever this is a little scary. Thrag Tusk hit me for 10. That's pretty good. This is also 1 away from working. Since I have this Thopter Foundry in hand, I'm actually going to chump this sucker. Maybe this will get active and I'll get to path it. That'd be nice. Ooh, Snappy. Snappy McGee. What do you got for me? Yeah, path. Muddle. That's pretty good too. I think I have to get this back online. And then see what's up. Really wish Gifts Iona was a thing, but the metagame dictates that it should almost certainly be Ellis Norn. A thing I could snare. Are you worth snaring? 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this gets turned on. Which I kind of want to happen weirdly, but... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it says right there 6. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. And I think I am going to chump the Thragtusk again. And then I try and turn a corner and get my opponent dead quickly after that with Snap Muddle or Snap Path for Xenagos, kind of as my release valve. Witness for Satyr. Okay. Okay. I think I just double chump. Path this Xenagos while I can. I guess I should have upkeeped it, or draw stepped it. Yeah, I should have draw stepped it. Loosey goosey. Yeah, might as well. I guess this is a little bad against Witness, but I think if they had Witness, they would have attacked with Witness? Maybe not. Because the 2/3 eats it anyway. Okay. Now we need to find Counter Magia and or kill the opponent right quick. Okay. And I am supposed to do this now because of something like Beast Within. Keep trying to auto yield to this, but it's a new object every time, so need to just use the hotkeys. I had a friend burning me earlier, commenting on hotkey usage being so helpful. Like, this is such a frustrating combo to do unless you have your hotkeys set and down. Oh. The order itself is even weird. Like, tap this, or yeah, touch this, and then the land, and then the thing. Alright. Just need to fade for like 2 turns. Looks like we faded 1. I'm not even sure. With Xenagos gone, like, Emrakul's not even enough anymore. D-Sphere. Overgrowths? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 mana anyway. Kind of sick that we beat 3 resolved. Tooth and nails. Yeah, man. I'm just gonna make a couple tokens to make sure that my opponent is dead, but not use all of my time. Ooh, hello. Hello, Overrun. Not needed this time, but nice of you to show up. Alright, so Tomrod's Crypt actually seems reasonable since this deck utilizes E-Witness to such strength. Gifts for Iona is definitely potent. Negate is great. Dispel is not so great. Purge hits only Xenagos, but it does stop Tooth from killing right away, so it's probably worth it. The Wraths are great. And Elspeth is probably great. Lots of cuts. Alright. Remand is near worthless. Spell snares are bad. I'm bringing in 5. Maybe just 4. Maybe I don't need the crypt. Cryptic is good. Combo is good. Snapcaster is probably good. Maybe Ellisnorn's not needed, because if I can get Unburial Iona, it just lights out no matter what. Like, the idea of sweeping up all the elves and stuff is nice, but I don't think that that's really a common game type that we're going to be facing. Explosives kills like overgrowth and stuff, but maybe too slow and bad. And Path, maybe? Maybe Path is just straight up bad. Put explosives back in for Path. Alright, let's try this. Sideboarding with gifts is hard because, like, having exactly one copy of one card can actually very easily be the difference between winning and losing. Because, like, you can either put it in a gifts pile or you can't because you left it in your sideboard. So, sometimes you want to play a narrower card, something like Purge, where it doesn't seem that good, but just having access to it is so worthwhile that you're worth taking a small hit on the initial power level in exchange for a huge increase in, you know, utility, versatility, however you want to call it. It's a little tempting to play around Blood Moon here, by getting the basic planes, I mean. But I also kind of want the 4th blue source so I can snap Cryptic later in the game. I doubt I'll get Blood Mooned. Ooh. I should have... No, I should have gotten the basic planes, I think. I don't know, it's close. It's unlikely to matter. It's like, this scenario will matter 2% of the time, and this scenario will matter 1% of the time. But little optimizations like that are important to take note of. Room for improvement. Most likely this game is just straight up a race. And taking a turn off to harmonize is not as powerful as taking a turn off to set up an Iona. Make 1 mana instead of 2. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a land drop and Tooth is a threat. They don't have Boseiju yet, so I just have Cryptic, and if they don't Tooth, then I gifts for Iona. Garrick Wildspeaker. Do you matter? I don't think so. Hope I don't regret that. This is just +3/+3, right? Witness Harmonize is also fine. Gifts Iona, and then if I draw a land, I have Elspeth, or I could just Cryptic Snap Cryptic. Probably good enough. Hey guys, what colors should I name with Iona? Ha ha ha. Iona jokes. This shell is super powerful. Thankfully, green has little to no meaningful interaction. Otherwise, that deck would be busted. The Shield of Emeria has been given her rights. And once again, all of my other cards have those names. Guess I'll have to fail to find. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I can play that tapped. So that I have 6 the turn after. Seems worthwhile. More worthwhile than anything else I would do with it, that is. Broccolis. No broccolis for you. The angel came down and said no broccolis. And with Cryptic Snap Cryptic, I don't even have to take a turn off to kill the Garrick with Iona. Iona can just go face, GG. Pretty good card. See, the gifts. The 1-card combo. This is a combo. This is a 1-card combo. This is a 2-card synergy. The nitpicking of my, my phrasings. Getting a little silly. Attack you. Set my stop here. Since I'm one of those guys that constantly redoes their stops, this lock, I just keep it unlocked all the time. But I like that this exists, although I'm making a video about Magic Online right now, about, you know, hotkeys and stops and stuff. I'm actually making a couple videos on those subjects. Yeah, you can attack. So I'm annoyed that they added a feature so that I have to redo parts of my video. Can't cast anything, can you? Boom. Opponent has to just hope that I didn't read their Planeswalker's ultimate. Not the case. Not the case. Bang. For the rub-ins. Game!